All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot 947, where we sit down, we have a little tete a tete with some of the biggest and talented names in the arts, and equally those who are on their artistic journey in the hopes of influencing, if not changing, the world. Now, we've got another multitasker as a guest today on the show, and he is a familiar face, as you most probably know, because he's one of the members, or as one of the members before, of the country's premier vocal group, The Company. Now, but our guest today has decided to forge on ahead, minus the company, and the only company that he's keeping these days are his own creative pursuits, and plus a new single, which we will give you a little bit of a listen later on in the show. Now, aside from being part of the company, then our guest is also a voice talent, an announcer, and he also sang on numerous jingles for different products, different beverages, banks, food chains, heck, you name it. And as a member of the company, he has 42 industry awards, 24 albums to his name. He is also a stage actor with the Trumpets Theater Group. Is there anything else that he has not done? I don't know, maybe bungee jumping. But if he has, we will find out soon enough. It's time to bring him in. Say hello and good morning to Mr. J. Marquez. Hello.
Yay! Raise the
Hey,
roof, raise the roof. Isn't
yeah,
that so 90s? It's so 90s, raise the roof.
I
Were you
know.
born in the 90s, DJ Kaz?
I wish I was born in the 90s, but the 90s is love. The 90s
Uh-huh.
has given us so many good music, so many great artists, and
Oh my
hopefully,
God.
'di ba? And
You're so
hopefully this
young.
generation
2000s ka na.
and
Pinanganak.
and
80s. You're
uh,
saying you're 80s.
and hopefully sana naman wag naman puro mag-revive puro the 90s. Medyo gumawa naman tayo ng bago.
Correct. And that's the music that we're doing now. Just like
Yeah.
you, DJ Kaz, you're producing music for yourself. And that's
Yeah, yeah.
such a good feat. An amazing feat for people like us, no, who are relatively just starting in the music industry again.
Yeah. Well, you've gotten a pretty good head start than most of us because you were with the company for quite a while. But you know what? When you hear things that you've done and accomplished being read back like that, do you start thinking about the things that you have not done as compared to the things that you've already achieved?
There's just so many things still while you're alive. There are so many things that you want to uh, do. It's part of your bucket list. And little by little, I try to get into doing one by one, no, the items in my bucket list. And
Mm-hmm.
so far, it has been pretty interesting. After I left the group, I tried acting on TV.
Okay.
So that's part of my bucket list. I checked it off already. So I'm done with it. It's really not for me, but I've tried it and that was fun. It was an amazing experience to be on TV. I was part of the soap opera. Is that what you call it? Soap opera, teleserye,
Yes, teleserye. Soap opera if you're,
teleserye.
if you're a Westerner, but teleserye if you're Pinoy.
Oo nga, teleserye, Doble Cara. I was part of that, and then I was invited to do several, but I declined na because it wasn't for. I felt like it wasn't really for me to do.
Yeah,
If you were to look at it in the long term, I had to do something because the bills keep coming, and you can't be on an unstable platform, especially if you have dependents. I have dependents, kasi.
right, right. Curious lang when you were doing Doble Cara, how soon do you get the script? Do they give it
The
to
night
you?
before,
Oh my goodness, the night before? Diba?
nakakangarag talaga. Tapos pagdating mo pa dun sa set, you're taking the scene,
Yeah.
they will do revisions while you're taking the scene.
Ano ba?
And that's why I felt like, and then the experience for me, although it was good, everything is good if you were to look at it from a positive point of view, no, the
Mhm.
learnings. Um, I think naman anywhere you go, you won't get along with everybody, but you try to be professional.
Yeah.
So there were people I didn't like. So, but that's a given anywhere
Yeah.
you go. So you just soldier on and try to do your job. And
Mhm.
it was more cons for me than pros
Okay.
doing
Right.
it, but it was an experience that I will cherish. No, the
Right.
things
Right.
that I learned doing TV.
I'm sure it
It's not
gave you.
easy, pala.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
Super
imagine. Like
unglamorous.
can you just imagine? It's just like also in a way being up on theater. The songwriters tell you that, oh, we have a new song. Oh, but you have to perform it tonight. When are you going to give me the new song? Oh, this morning. What?
Uh, you
Diba?
kind of get used to that, DJ Kaz. Especially, I came from advertising. No? Prior to joining the music industry, the mainstream music show business, I was doing a lot of advertising. And in advertising, I'm sure you know it that you get instant revisions. No?
Oh,
Babarilin ni
yeah.
client yan and then
Yeah, from a
kailan mo
voiceover.
kailangan? Yesterday.
True, true. Sometimes you already did it a month ago and you felt like, okay, done na. I'm done with the project. Na biglang may titimbre na lang on your email say, oh, the client decided to change just one line. Can you just change one line?
Uh,
But that was a
and
month
you,
ago.
you
But you have to, and they will specify that the level of energy that you gave to that one line before should match the one that you're doing now with this new line. It's like, ah,
totoo.
diba, how
Totoo
can
yan.
I recapture that? But
Oo.
I
Tsaka
mean
yung
these
comments,
days,
ito na lang, yung mga comments na, Jay, medyo masaya na hindi masyado. Oh my God, how will you
yeah. Right. It's like
change the line?
how do you
Medyo happy na
navigate the
hindi
middle
masyadong happy.
ground? Diba?
Oo.
Parang sa kagigitna niyan. These days, as we touched a little bit about it, income is definitely important, and to be blessed with having
Oh
more
yeah.
than just one income stream is an obvious blessing, but also some people a basic way of life. Now, freelance has become a new way of life for a lot of creatives, and they're breaking down the concept of you only get your income from a 9 to 5 job. And as
Not
you said,
anymore.
yeah, not anymore. And you did touch upon that I was going to ask you that, were you always in the arts, or did you have a job that required you to be on the desk with clients before joining company?
I've tried everything, DJ Kaz, from being employed to being a freelance music producer. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, but you know that phrase, master
Yes,
of none, but
yes,
better than the master of one.
yeah.
Yeah. So I tried a lot of things because I was so unsure what do I really like, want
Hmm.
to do. But definitely it boiled down to, for the longest time, it boiled down to doing music. So anything to that has to do with music, like producing it or performing music, I tried. And then when that did not serve me well anymore, I had to do something.
Hmm.
Like I had to pivot from not being. Anyway, it boiled down to I'm not earning enough,
Hmm.
you know, based on my standards, and so I had to do something else. So I tried being employed. It didn't work so well for me. So hats off to people who are employed, like you know, you doing that every day in and day out,
Day in and
not
day out.
getting. Well, you get tired of it, I'm sure, but you just soldier on and just keep
Yeah.
on doing it anyway. Um, hats off to you guys because waking up early at the same time and then having to wake up from 9 to 5 because me I get sleepy by afternoon. Eh. I
Ah,
have to take a nap, and so parang, how will I do that when I'm employed? And so
yeah.
that didn't work out for me. I tried to do a business, but then another consideration is, do you have the right business partner or can you just do it alone? And
Mm.
so finally I decided I'll just do things on my own, and try to be effective. I feel like I've leveled already to that point where I'm better being alone, doing my businesses alone. And so that's why Sun Life happened and my marketing business happened.
We'll get into that in just a bit,
Yeah.
but I want to turn the clock back since it's Friday, putting Flashback Friday,
Yeah.
and if I wear out the name of the company throughout this interview, I beg for your indulgence. But that's
That's
because
fine.
you are
That's
most associated with Moy Ortiz and the rest of the members. So,
yes.
can you tell us how did you get to join the group, and how long ago was this? Because if I remember, you came in after Ruben Laurente left and went to live
Yes,
abroad, right?
yes,
If
he
if
he
my
did
memory serves
a
me right.
cruise ship.
Oh,
He
okay,
did
okay.
the cruise ship thing, luxury liner, and he wow, that was a good gig for him. That
Ah,
was a
nice.
good gig. And
Is
then
is he
yeah, I
still doing that?
entered the company 2005.
2005. Okay.
I was asked to audition. They didn't want to do a cattle call by asking the entire public to audition. They didn't make that announcement. So they did private interviews and private invites for people
Mhm.
they think would potentially click with the group. And I was one of them. I think there were about four of us, including OJ Mariano, the one
Okay.
who's a part of the group now, the one who replaced me.
Right.
Yeah, there were about four of us, I think. Well, I wasn't there. So, so I just went to the audition for 2005, and it boiled down to them choosing me to be part of them. And that was September of 2005.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
in a way, it's still September. So in a way, happy anniversary to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a quite a ride being part of that group. I'm still grateful for it. I'm definitely grateful for that experience. It was almost a decade being part of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of growth happened. And because of the things that I learned from that group, I get to apply it now. All of the mistakes.
Wonderful, and the mistakes and the good things, I'm sure as well. But I don't know if you're allowed to divulge certain aspects of the audition. But how exactly did you audition? Did they ask you to sing a particular song, or did they ask you to harmonize with them on the spot? Or
Okay, it happened if I okay, I'm going to make a visual for you. It happened at the home of Teacher Annie. Teacher
ah,
Annie, the one who's very visible on TV,
yes,
especially pre-pandemic. She would do coaching on TV and sometimes a judge on
right, before,
ABS-CBN. And
yes,
um, I went there to her house in New Manila, Quezon City, and then um, so I got in. I was a little late. I was a little late, and then
traffic
um,
dun.
oo, traffic pa noon. Tapos hindi, tapos yung discipline ko kasi noon medyo wobbly pa. I've
Okay,
learned na from then. And then um, I sang a song that I chose to sing. It was a song by Luther Vandross. I see us in the
oh my God,
park
yes,
over the
Luther is love. I
Nunambri.
love Luther.
Na, na. I don't want to bore you with it. That was the song that I sang for the audition. And yeah, they made me sing the whole song. And after that, they made me try to do harmony. It wasn't a prerequisite for me to know how to read notes. I think what got me the job was how fast I was, how good my ear was
Mhm.
in doing harmony because I'm very slow in reading notes, but I could a little.
Good for you. I don't know how to read notes.
Yeah, I could. If I see it, I can somehow play it on the piano, but albeit slowly.
Do you
And
play
then,
the
but
piano?
I could, I
You
could
could.
teach voice playing the piano,
Okay.
and then I could harmon. You teach me the notes in about two passes. I can do it. That's how quick I was, and that I think that was one of the reasons why I got the job.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to boast, okay. Um, uh, I think it's a God given talent that I have
Well,
to. Would you believe I still have to nurture that?
we all. I think we all do. You never stop learning anyway. Once you think that
Yeah,
you've stopped, then that's the time that you really, made a mistake. Who was the first person you called when you found out that you got the go signal from Moy and you got accepted into the group?
my family.
Ah,
Yeah, the most important people in my life.
there you are. There you
Yeah,
go.
the reason why you're doing what you do what you do,
True,
and you
true.
just keep on doing it because there's family, diba?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Um,
what you realize also during a pandemic. What
I
is
know
important?
what is important and who are important. Apart from Moy, who's had the longest tenure in the group? Would you know?
Moy and Annie.
Moy and Annie.
Moy and Annie, of course, because they're the founding members
Yes.
since 1985.
Right.
Since 1985, and then enter Cecil, who's not part of the group also now.
Oh.
And then
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tama, wala na si Cecil.
wala na si Cecil.
She's not in the group anymore. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yung dalawang boys, si Ruben and Andre, they're both, well, si Ruben hindi ko alam kung nasa barko siya ngayon, but si Andre naman is in America na.
All right. Yeah, yeah. I'm confused. I think Andre was the first one to leave, ba, and then Ruben.
No, sabay sila ni
Sabay
Ruben.
ba? Okay,
I
okay,
was
okay.
supposed to replace Andre, not Ruben. And then dalawa sila, 'di ba? Anim sila.
Yes.
Umalis yung dalawa. And then pumasok ako, kulang ng isang guy. And then sana pala ikaw 'yun, ano? And then DJ Kaz. And then until Moy, who is the leader of the group, just decided to leave it at 5 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you remember how many members there were when they started in the 80s? I had this distinct impression na mas marami kayo than five. I mean, I
Madami
think,
sila noon because Ateneo College Glee Club.
ah,
Spin-off siya ng Ateneo College Glee Club. So ang dami talaga nila.
alam ko
Tapos
there were a lot.
and
It was
then yung
always
kwento dyan
also
is,
Louis Reyes and the company. It was always that.
yeah, they
There was
were
always
friends from way back because Louis Reyes is a bandmate of Eugene Villaluz, the late Eugene Villaluz. And Eugene Villaluz is the uncle of Moy.
okay.
So there's the connection.
There's that connection. Um, is Louis Reyes still here in the country or she's in the
No,
US?
she's in America.
She's in the
She's
US
in the
now.
States. Although she would visit. I performed with her here in the Philippines. Actually, Louis Reyes, the jazz queen of the 80s, no?
I hope she still sings.
I'm sure she does. I remember her very well because she was one of the kind people I've met whose compliments, whose kind words towards me made a dent in my heart. Knocks.
Yeah.
Yung may mga tao kasi talaga na pagka sinabi sa'yo, nagmamarka sa puso mo. And Louis Reyes was one, Gary V was one, Martin Rivera was one, Aga Mulak, would you believe, was
Oh.
one, who was very kind to me, and Nanette Inventor. Tito Fred, the late Freddy Santos, also was very nice to me.
Like Freddie Santos.
So all of those people that I've mentioned were really kind to me. I think they were the ones who kinda na nga in a way, convinced me to pursue singing. Sa sobrang bait ng words. Yung sasabihan ka, this was sans social media.
Yeah.
Jay, ang galing mo, kanta ka lang. Ang
Diba?
ganda mo ng boses mo, Jay, kanta ka lang.
And you know what, that compliments like that or statements like that given by someone who's in the industry or anyone for that matter who bolsters your whatever doubts that you may have will just basically propel you to do what you do because you see that you're making an impression on people and they seem to like what you do, so you continue doing it.
Yes.
Was your designation in the company tenor 1 or tenor 2?
In real life, I'm tenor 2.
Okay.
I tried being tenor 1, but for doing that for 9 years, pretending to be tenor 1, you lose your voice.
Pretending talaga.
Pretending to be tenor. I'm
Hindi
not naturally a tenor. I have to work my way up to that.
Okay.
That's tiring.
I can imagine, but it does expand your range.
True.
In a way. Was it difficult to remember? Let's say if you're doing, the voicing and the harmony, was it difficult to remember the voice that you're supposed to sing when you sing differently? Because that's the challenge for some people who are doing harmony. Nawawala ako minsan, nawawala yung friends or whatever.
Yes.
But would you have any tips out there for singers who are part of a vocal group and find it challenging to not sing along with the main melody and when they're supposed
Yes,
to use different voices.
it's a lot of focus. You have to really focus and train your ear. You really
Mm,
have to train your ear. Actually, when you do harmony, if coming from if from the outside looking in, if you don't hear yourself
okay.
and it's just one tone that you hear, you're doing a good job. The trick is you have to hear yourself if it's from the inside going out. You have to hear yourself because you have to be in tune for that particular voice that you're doing. So I think one mind frame that you have to think if you're doing harmony is that your melody is the voice that you're singing. Your
Oh,
melody is the voice that you're singing. So
all
it's
right.
different from the main melody of the song.
Yes.
So this is the melody, not that. You
In short,
forget
you
about
have
that.
to take ownership for that particular
True.
voice that you're
Yes.
singing, and that's why when you hear people, they'll do this. They'll cover their ear so
So
they
that
can
you
at
can hear
least
yourself.
you can hear yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, that's a tip. That's a
So
tip for,
that's a
for
tip for those who want to enroll in DJ Kaz's and my school.
ala.
So let's put up a school, DJ
Nag-school na
Kaz.
siya agad. Parang 20 years na tayo in the biz, may karapatan
Totoo.
magpatayo ng school.
Oo. What's this? I did put up a school.
Yeah, you did, but I mean,
Yeah.
me now.
It's
I'm
just a
still
little,
learning.
it's just a little challenging. Of course, everything naman is challenging to maintain it. I could go back to it. I could choose to go back to
Mhm.
teaching again, a group class. Yeah,
If
yeah. In the future, I'm sure I will.
why not? Why not? Let's say good morning to some people keeping us company today. Chris Len Villarosa, hello.
Hi,
Uh,
Chris.
says welcome to On the Spot, Jay, and my good friend and fellow writer and lover of all things supernatural and YA, Miss Kate Evangelista.
Kate.
Saying hi to you and to
Mwah.
us. Kate, I'm wearing the cap that you gave me, so that's the
Sana
reason why.
all. OMG, why don't I have a cap? I have a cap,
Di mo na kailangan.
but it's
Yeah,
yellow. So
okay
I'm a
lang.
yellow boy. I'm look para ako delivery boy.
Uh, ng pizza chain.
uh,
So after the company, we know that you went solo, but I take it that that was not an overnight process wherein you are part of the group one day and then the next day you wake up, ta may single na ako. So it's nothing. It's not
no,
as fast as that.
not at
Something
all.
must have kept you busy during those times, and not only kept you busy. I'm sure there was also some sort of discovery process
Super.
that you had to go through. Can you tell us a little bit about that time?
Oh, I didn't know what to do, DJ Kaz. I was lost. It was nakakatakot moment for me. What will I do? I've been singing for 30 years, 3 decades, no?
Yeah,
What will
yeah,
I do? And that's when I tried being employed. But the thing that's funny about it, because of my reputation, people know me somehow. But what kwento ko lang what I usually get, kilala kita.
may ganun eh. Ganun ka agad
Laging
eh.
ganon because I don't have a name when I'm with the group. Familiar ka, kilala kita, ganyan. But because of that, no, I think it helped me stay afloat somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I would get into something, parang meron na akong head start because they kind of know me. And
Okay.
so I would get employed easily, pero aalis din naman ako. So
Mm.
kasi hindi nag-work out. And then I studied digital marketing in 2015. But you know, yung digital marketing ngayon na natutunan ko noon medyo obsolete na. So I have to take a
It's so
refresher
different. Yeah.
course.
It's so different now.
It's so
But
different now, but the basics are there, but you have to really keep on evolving and learning. So I tried being employed. And then I thought of, wait, my music has always been my strength. And so uh, buti na lang din, Viva got me. They made me sign a 5-year contract.
ah,
Unfortunately, nothing happened.
I
So
Wala.
that's another experience. But that's
Uh,
another experience. But life happens, and so you just have to do it what you're given, no? Hindi para sa akin yun.
True, true. Currently, you are a financial advisor for Sun Life of Canada and
I
Philippines.
am. I love sunlight.
So, can you tell us how you got into that?
Okay, I met my now unit manager, David Damian, via Facebook because he was such a maingay guy on Facebook. And he was into dragon boat racing, and I was
Mhm.
interested in that. And so
Oh, okay.
we talked, and then of course you discover things about a person, and it took about a year for us to talk before I got into Sun Life. But it was the deciding factor was the pandemic. How will I stay afloat or get by when the entertainment business industry is not working anymore,
Yeah, it's on hold. Right.
is on hold? What do I do? I only had my marketing business then, but my marketing business then wasn't sustainable alone. I had to do other things, and that's why the singing, the hosting for events, I did that to sustain my other business also. So two businesses, pero nawala ang hosting, nawala ang events. Anong gagawin ko? Oh my God,
Right,
magmumura ako.
right.
And so Sun Life happened. And why I chose Sun Life to pursue it is because I was having trouble also financially. I want to learn how to handle my money.
Right.
And by gosh, my golly wow, better. I'm not rich, but I'm better now in how to manage it so that in the future when I do retire, I'll be okay. So Sun Life is a lifesaver.
It's a lifesaver. Right.
Yeah.
To say that the pandemic has really rocked the boat for so many of us, if not rocked it, capsized it, and left a lot of people trading for water. Others have drowned sadly, and others are still clinging on to dear life.
Mhm.
Um, Talking about this does not take away the importance of that you need to be at least liquid and financially sound in this age of
Yes.
the pandemic,
Yep.
and how important,
Emergency fund.
yeah, and how important is that for that message to come across coming from a financial advisor.
I really hope that Filipinos get to understand, no, at least man lang may awareness naman eh. It's just that they do not marami dyan yung hindi pa nagde-delayed gratification. Medyo may
Mm,
difficulty in doing the delayed gratification because insurance kasi is a promise. You don't get to experience the benefits of it while you're at the present, no?
yeah,
Naghahanda ka lang for the future. So it's a promise, and somehow it's not so enticing for Filipinos. Kasi sa Amerika, pinipilahan ang insurance eh.
yes,
As in,
exactly.
pinagpipray nila na ma-approve sila. Pero here, it's different. It's kind of different because nga you don't get to experience it now. So pero kung iisipin mo, grabe yung value na binibigay pala sa'yo. It's not, I'm not selling now DJ Kaz, no? But I've realized the value a little too late. Kasi para akong naghahabol ngayon.
Do you think
Ku-
that's a ano? Do you think that's a cultural thing?
It is
That's
a
why
cultural thing.
that's why there's always that barrier.
Yeah.
When you talk about insurance, parang, no, 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 I'm not, wala akong oras for that. I will not talk about it. Parang ganon. But yes,
And
as you said, in the States, pinipilahan, and sadly, we watch movies as well, wherein people do drastic things to their own life partner because of an insurance. Diba?
yes,
So
meron
there are
namang
mga crime
investigations, and
movies na ganyan. There are things
there
like that.
there's a way to not make that happen naman. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's a solid system by the insurance industry naman na to keep people safe. No, that's the point naman eh, security protection. Yun. Ako naghahabol ako ngayon, DJ Kaz. It's a little more challenging though because I'm older and medyo mas mahal.
Mm-hmm.
So get it while you're young and healthy.
Right, right.
Yeah.
One advice that I've always heard, and it certainly applies to almost anything that we do in our lives, is that if you follow your heart, you could never go wrong. So, are you a
Mhm.
strong supporter of that belief, or would you rather follow the mind?
It will always be a balance of both.
Okay.
It will always you have to accept it. It's a balance of because I did follow my heart a lot of times, and then end up to a certain degree I would regret somehow and make me think
Mhm.
na kung puro puso lang. It's very it's idealistic, no, and one thing that the pandemic taught me is it, suddenly parang sobrang grounded na ako ngayon, na parang kailangan mong tanggapin yung realidad and work around it
Yeah.
and find that joy and happiness within that being grounded, yung
Yeah.
looking at the truth, no, kasi sometimes ang hirap pala talaga to face the truth. Napaka ano, no.
True, true, true. That is the truth, basically. If you
Yeah.
think that true love will put food on the table, no.
No, it won't.
A good stable income will
It
put food
Totoo
on
yan. Totoo
diba?
yan. You have to face the truth and work around it.
Yeah, and that's
Uh,
where the balance comes in.
yes.
Now, if you've always had music in your heart, and
Yes.
as you said, you kind of like turned back from it, but sooner or later it's bound to catch up. And currently, you
Mhm.
have a new single. So
Yeah!
is this your
Woohoo!
first single as a solo artist?
Meron akong clap.
Yeah,
Narinig mo yan?
you
Meron
clap.
akong
Oh,
sound
ako
card,
pala
DJ
live pa,
Kaz.
live.
Uy, mahal yung sound card ko, 2,000 pesos. D9. I have a new single, and oh my God, God bless the people behind it. Gino Cruz. Do you know Gino Cruz? He's a
No, I
fantastic
don't.
musician.
Ah,
And Gino Cruz made the music for it, and Matthew Sarino, now my new Facebook friend, wrote the words for "My Life, My Everything."
that's the
Those
name of the song.
two people are my angels because they parang binuhay nila yung pagiging artist ko.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be forever grateful for those two people. Gino Cruz, I've known him for 2 decades already. We were part of a band that was produced by It Bulaga. And then suddenly the group disbanded, but we kept connected, kami ni Gino Cruz. And then Gino Cruz and Matthew Sarino are good friends. And then Matthew Sarino wrote a song for his wife, Anna Louise. And then sinabi niya kay Gino, pwede mo bang lagyan ng musika ng music itong letra ko? And so naghanap sila ng singer, and then sabi sa akin ni Matthew later on na nakita niya daw ako sa isang YouTube video kumakanta ng song ng Apo, yung Pag-ibig. Tapos Gino approached me, and I said yes without batting an eyelash for that song, My Life, My Everything. And it is my my first and only single for almost 40 years of my life as a singer,
As a solo artist. All
as a
right,
solo artist. Yeah.
let's give our listeners a little bit of a listen, and
OMG.
yeah, just a little preview. Because
Yeah, a little preview.
if they really want to listen to the song entirely, then they will have to go through the streaming sites in order to listen to that. But here
Yes.
is My Life, My Everything, a little preview. J. Marquez. When I first met you, I knew I'd love you all of my life. And all I wanted from the start was for you to be my wife.
It's for straight people.
After many years, all of the times we spent together, through our laughter and our tears, I know we will be forever. You came into my life as God's blessing, and gave me love like no one A little preview what the song is and how it sounds like. Yes, it's something that you can perfectly sing at a wedding.
Yes, super wedding song siya,
Super
DJ
wedding
Kaz.
song, yeah, for people
It's
who
a
are
wedding
thinking of
song
getting
habang
married.
naglalakad si bride
Yeah,
from the
yeah, yeah.
door, no? Papunta kay
Yeah.
groom. Yan ang kanta.
I'm
Tapos
sure you've
iiyak.
sang at weddings as well.
Super, a lot. Weddings, christenings, and funerals.
Lahat na lang.
I've done them all. I've
Kulang,
done them all.
kulang na lang bar mitzvah.
Pwede? Oo nga.
If we know someone who's Jewish, yeah, bar
Oo nga.
mitzvahs.
Oo nga eh.
You said that this is a song that was written by Gino Cruz and also uh,
Matthew Sarino.
Matthew Sarina. Have you tried writing for yourself? I mean, lahat sayo, music and lyrics.
I have. I have. They're, a lo- most of them are unpublished,
Mm-hmm.
but two were bought by some record companies for their artists. If you know
Okay.
Dessa,
Yes.
Dessa got a song from me.
Oh, nice.
And then Side A got a Christmas song from me.
Oh, good.
And then there's this group, no, they're not together anymore. 1728 is a boy band
Yes, yes.
from
1728.
from the 90s. No, they got a song from me as well. Um, yeah, I've written songs, I've produced, co-wrote, co-composed, uh, but I've never really pursued it. Actually, I've been a finalist at Metro Pop
Hmm.
twice.
Uy, ganda.
Twice. Never won, but a finalist, yes.
Still, it's
Uh,
good to be. It's good to be in the in the short list, or at
yes,
least be nominated, diba? Than
yes.
than not at all. Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
hope that they well they didn't exactly bring Metro Pop back, but they did something else. They have Phil Pop. They have some
Yes.
other
Ang dami
but
ng bago. I think
that,
yung franchise no hindi na binili ulit.
yeah,
Yeah.
sayang. It would have been great. It would have been great to really keep that tradition ongoing.
Totoo, ang
And
saya nun.
yeah,
Tapos
it
wala pang
was.
social media nung panahon na yun.
Exactly. One thing, my gripe with the Metro Pop back then was they they fused the categories together. They should have kept the amateur and the professional categories separate.
Yeah, that's true.
Diba?
Oh, kasi paano yung chances ng amateur, di ba? Parang
Yeah,
napaka-slim.
exactly, exactly. I mean, that was how when Martin Rivera won for Pain back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
Alvida C, amateur division and professional. So it really should have been that. But
Mm-hmm.
speaking of artists, you've had the chance to work and sing with a lot of different artists in your career. I'm sure there will be more to
Ang
be added
dami.
to the list. But if it's okay with you, before we wrap this up, I'd like to play a little game. Let's
Sure.
play word association. I'd like to give
OMG.
you one word that you can give us, rather, one word that best describes some of the artists that I say when I call out their name. All right?
Sige, pwedeng Tagalog din, ano?
Huh?
Pwedeng Tagalog word
Oh, yeah,
din.
yeah, yeah. Pwede,
Okay.
pwede. Can be. Okay, let's start. Since I mentioned Martin Rivera and I grew up listening to Martin Rivera, he's the
Mm-hmm.
first on the list. One word that best describes Martin Rivera. Or the
Energy.
energy, the first word that comes to mind. Yeah, he has a different kind of energy that's, parang he can
Praning
talk all
yan.
day.
Si Martin praning pag may dead air. It's a pet peeve of his to pagka may dead air na ano yan. Oh no, I have to do something about that dead air.
Ayaw niya yung
Ay,
ganyan. Anything to make sure that there's none. And that's why he's a good host.
yes,
He's handled so many programs as well from for both networks. He has had residencies in Las Vegas. So with regards to the gift of gab, Martin certainly
super.
has that.
Sa kan yung trait na yan nag-stick sa akin yan eh. That's why when I host, wala ding dead air. I could blab about anything.
Yeah,
Even
dadaan
if
ng
it's
dada.
not connected, basta wala lang dead air.
Ipasok mo lang, as long as,
Ah,
i-connect mo lang somehow. All right. And
mm-mm.
if there is really no connection, then you make that connection, which is,
Sorry.
a job.
Nag-play yung aking.
Next artist on the line, Lani Misalucha.
Oh my God. Lani is woman. You know when the reason why I say woman, ano, pagka pagka narinig mo yung boses niya, babae na, alam mo, voluptuous.
Yeah.
That's what I picture of a voluptuous, beautiful woman. Yun ang naisip ko. Very full, tapos para siyang silk yung boses niya.
I know.
So,
She's
what's a
another
word
kind of
for that?
person who
Woman.
can sing anything, I feel.
Siguro mas hindi woman, voluptuous, sexy.
Joey Albert. Yan, one
Oh
of
my
my
God.
favorites.
Joey Albert, pretty.
Pretty. Okay.
She's always been pretty. Para siyang
Oh
I've
yeah,
worked
she.
with Joey Albert and pretty voice, pretty face. That's what I can think of. I could say
Christina
Louis Ocampo. No.
Liu.
Jimmy
That's two words
Antiporda.
now.
No, Jimmy
Uh,
Antiporda. Si Jimmy. Naging sila, di
Christian,
ba?
yeah, Joey Albert and Louis Ocampo. Yeah, at one
Yes,
time.
yes.
That's right. Christian Bautista.
Oh my God. Theater kasi siya eh. So, oh my God. What will I say? Generous.
But medyo parang tumigil na siya with regards to the theater aspect, di ba? Medyo parang
Yes, hindi na siya active, no, because he's more
not as
like
active as before.
but that's
Yeah.
how he started.
Yeah.
That's how he started. The reason why
here-
I say generous was he helped me when my mom had cancer.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I would remember about Christian Bautista.
Okay.
Yeah, he donated a sum of money when I
Oh.
needed it when my mom had cancer.
Oh,
Kasi walang insurance si mommy,
not
not
that bad.
sufficient.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the value of insurance. That's why I'm
Yan.
so into it.
Balik tayo dyan.
Yes.
Here's another one. Interesting. It's not the entire group, but one member stood out. Janice Siegel, Manhattan Transfer.
Oh, yeah. Perfection. Kasi every time she performs, hindi siya yung perfect in the standards that people love now, no? But in terms of linis ng pagkanta, galing sa tenga,
Mm-hmm.
taste, kasi taste yung value ng having good taste in music. Although it's very subjective, no? Para sa akin, she's perfection. Because music is a subjective art.
Exactly. I mean, not everyone likes the same kind of music anyway. So
Yeah, but when
this one next on my list, I'm not sure if you've sang with her or worked with her. Kevin Latau, who I love as well.
I have
And
a connection to her to a certain degree. Well, we're all connected to a certain degree. Passionate.
Yeah.
Passionate. Because she's so into. Alam mo bang whenever she produces music, isa-isa yan. Siya yung maggagawa. Drums, ganyan.
Wow.
Every little thing.
Super hands-on siya.
Also, Jose Marichan, ganyan. He doesn't play music, but he dictates how it should be played.
Yeah. And he
Jose
knows
Marichan.
Alam niya. He knows what he wants to hear. He knows what he wants to listen to. So, ganun talaga. John Santos. Ayan. Not a singer, but we know he's a comedian.
He is a intelligent, meron siya, and I would say, no, intelligent neurosis.
Intelligent.
2 words. Napakatalinong artist.
Ayan.
Si John Santos. Na comedian
Yes.
Akala mo nagpapatawa lang. Pero konti na lang sasabihin mo napaka-scientific ng kanyang comedy.
Regine Velasquez.
Oh, idol. I've been with her. I've seen her journey. Napaka-tacky ng word na journey, no? But I've seen her journey from the very beginning and hanggang sa ngayon.
Yeah.
Grabe yung resilience.
Back in the day, and this is trivia for some people, she was not Regine, she was actually Chona Velasquez.
Chona Velasquez noon.
Yes.
Oo,
and then in between Chona, it became Regina Velasquez. I don't know how many people know that.
Ang totoong pangalan niya kasi talaga Regina. Regina.
Yeah. And then from Regina, ginawa niya Regine. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is how we know her today. Last on the list, Lea Salonga.
Oh my gosh. Ah, sinabi ko na ba yung perfect?
You gave that
Perfection.
to Janice, yeah.
Oo nga eh. But okay, sige, brilliant na lang.
I guess in a way ganun din, perfect, because when Leia sings, you hear every word. She does not garble her word. Malinis talaga when she sings, and it's
Oo,
clear. You do not need a
matalino din.
lyric sheet, diba? You don't need a lyric sheet when you listen to her. You just listen to her,
Mm,
and that's it.
that's it. Matalino, brilliant. In terms of music, as a
Yeah,
person, I don't know her really well, but I've had the privilege of working with her a lot of times.
great. You're so lucky. Lucky that you've crossed elbows, rubbed elbows with these,
Oo
famous
nga.
people, and that you've learned so much from them. Any advice to aspiring singer songwriters who would want to be in the industry?
If you're going to do it now.
Okay,
Do it now and not think about what people will say. This is where you follow your heart. This is that moment where you follow that your heart more than what your brain is telling you.
okay,
Don't think about what people are going to say. Just do it.
just do it. All right.
Yep.
Social media accounts where people can follow you and learn more about what you do.
Yes, guys, please do follow me on Facebook. It's JC Mark, JayCmarq. And also on Instagram, it's Jmark naman without the C, Jaymarq. And then
Okay.
I'm quite a little, a lot of people pala, apparently they love daddies, no? And my image on TikTok is mala daddy daddy. So maraming may daddy issues dyan. So I have about, I think I'm 200, almost 260,000 friends on TikTok. And thank you for that, guys. My TikTok is also JC Mark, JayCmarq.
Yeah,
And
the fun things that you do on TikTok, hindi ka maubusan, I think. Or hindi
super,
ka
I've done
nauubusan.
everything. I've gone naked, took off my shirt, showed my. Just
Almost.
kidding. I showed almost everything for the sake of viewership.
You're discovering
And then,
something new for yourself, that's for sure.
oh yeah, it's interesting. And then when you get into that mindset, DJ Kaz, of not thinking about what other people will say and just do what will give you joy and discover things about you. Just do it.
Yeah, you'll just do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's where you're being propelled to. That's where you're being drawn to. Any
Yeah.
shout outs that you may have for anybody out there?
Again, my heart is just full of gratitude, for Matthew Sarino, for Gino Cruz, Matthew's wife Anna Louise for the song that they made me sing. I'm this will be forever. I'd be forever grateful to them. Please do listen to it, stream it on Spotify, Deezer, and iTunes,
And
Apple Music,
Apple Music.
and it's
Yeah.
on YouTube as well. Just type in "My Life, My Everything" and it will pop out. Now, apparently, not a lot of titles are the same.
Yeah.
No, so "My Life, My Everything," and then follow me on Facebook because I do intend to be more visible on social media. J Chan Marquez, and I'd like to say hi to my family as well. My wife Tanya, and also to my three kids, Maxine, Margarita, and Martin. And also a shout out to all of my good friends from my Team Spartacus of Sun Life. I love them all. Sun Life is a lifesaver, if I may say, and this is not to promote it, but it has changed my life. I'm going to be emotional talking about it, but it has changed my life.
All right.
Excuse me. Yeah.
My personal shout out is for Evelyn Chateau and
Oh my
Miguel
God.
Chateau
Hello,
Pacorella,
Evelyn.
because that's how we met actually. So I
Yes.
told Evelyn about this interview, and she said,
I
"Where
miss
can I watch it?"
her.
So Evelyn, I know you're going to be seeing this, so we miss you as well.
Hi,
Hopefully, one of these
Evelyn.
days we can drop by San Francisco and just and eat to our
Yes.
heart's content.
So they're in San Francisco, not Florida anymore.
No, 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 no. They're in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
So
And
Jay,
of course, shout out. No, if I may say, DJ
go
Kaz,
ahead.
Thank you to you.
Hey, thank
Thank
you
you
to
to
you.
you. I'm grateful for you.
Most welcome. You're most welcome. Always welcome, Jay. Thank you for joining us today. We wish you the best with all the singles that will still come after this one single that you're currently promoting and all
Thank
other
you.
musical and creative endeavors that are in the pipeline. This has been Kaz for
Thank
On the
you.
Spot 9 for 7. You're welcome. Till the next edition, we shall be on the lookout for the next artist that we're going to be putting on the spot. And keep it right here. All hits, Mellow 847. Sounds good.